Didn't really make a video on this, but I picked up this 3-point tiller last week. Guy said it ran, but I pulled the tank off and had about 1.5 inches of tar and stuff in the tank. So I pulled the carb off, cleaned the carb, cleaned it up a little bit, checked the oil in the gearbox. I mean, everything looks pretty good on it. It's got a crack here that I'm gonna have to get welded up for that center thing, for the center link. The tines and all look pretty good on it. It's a little cold natured because the carb's got some play in the throttle shafts, but runs pretty good. I got this other gas tank rigged up on it. Guess I'll see if she still starts. Runs pretty decent for what it is. I only paid $100 for it, so I'm not complaining too much. Need to change the oil. I'll probably, I guess, try to find a Chinese carburetor for it, because this one, it's got too much play in the throttle shaft, and I think I might have another one that I could try. Came off of something else, but probably get a carb for it. I got the gas tank over here. Had some vinegar in it. They cleaned up pretty good. There wasn't a whole lot of rust. It was just a bunch of sludge. And I got diesel fuel in it now, trying to neutralize the vinegar. And I know some people put in-tank liners and stuff in them after. I've had pretty good luck just running diesel fuel, letting it sit for a day or two, dumping the diesel out and just keeping it full of fuel, and it really doesn't rust up too bad. I've done it on like 3 tanks now, and it held up pretty good. So hopefully I can get a tank and a shut-off valve put on it sometime this weekend. I'd like to change the oil in the gearbox, but I don't know how to drain it. I'll have to look up in the manual or something, because it's got a fill plug. I don't know if you're supposed to dump it out the top or what. I gotta look into that. I'd like to power wash it and take it to a guy up the street from me and have him weld that thing back on it. It's not welded on the back side. I'm gonna see if he can weld it back there too. I know the newer ones have a heavier duty mount there. I was looking for one with a Briggs motor on it, but this popped up, and for $100 I couldn't pass it up. Gotta trim the fuel line when I put the other tank on, put a fuel shut off on it, because right now it doesn't have one. I gotta fix this tank too. It's off the hydro back there. I got another one in that. It's got a tiny little crack on the seam. I'm gonna try to get some shit and fix it so it stops leaking, so I can put it back in the hydro. Trying to get rid of this thing. I don't need any more damn mower decks. I got a whole box of parts too that goes with it. Extra spindles, wheels. I think these are the belts for under the cover. Got all the pieces for it. I'm just gonna try to sell that with my ST12. Sell it all together, get rid of it. Made this little rig up. The center link was missing the other end. And I found this, it's like a buyer's. I think they make like snowplow shit and salt spreader stuff. And it's 5/8 by 11 thread. And it went right on there. It's a little bit long. So I was thinking about trying to drill another hole back here and cutting the end off. But it'll work for some attachments that you really don't have to worry about adjusting. But that saved that center link. It had already been welded. I guess somebody welded a bolt on because it broke off or something. And thankfully it was the normal thread end that was missing and not the reverse. I bought a tap for the reverse side because the one I had, the threads were boogered up and you couldn't thread it on. 5/8 by 11 left hand. That's what the threads are for the reverse thread end. I gotta try to get this thing running. I haven't messed with it much since I got it, other than when I got it running. I'd like to get it running, warm it up, change the oil and filter. Got an Onan filter for it. According to the internet, this is the right number, so hopefully it is. Gotta figure out what kind of oil I'm running at. I don't know what a lot of Onan people run in their stuff. I've always just run 30 weight. But this one's got a filter on it, so I don't know if I should run detergent or run like a 1030 in it or what I should run in it. It's the 18 horsepower. I'm going to change the oil on that. One day I'd like to pull this lower grill off and hit it with some flat black paint. I got to see if the battery's good in this one. It went dead, but I was cranking a lot when I was trying to get it going. I put it on a charger for a little bit last week. I got to hook it up, see if it'll start. I might run that for a little bit today and drain the oil out of it. Got a potato plow under there. I picked that up from Mitch B. He's on the Facebook group. Got that from him. And then last weekend we got a bad storm and started flooding the garage, so I dug a trench out there with the potato plow in the middle of the rain. It's not pretty, but it'll get the job done. At least there won't be water running in here. The water was so deep it was up to the bottom of that door. It's ran in before, but that's the worst I've seen it. It rained pretty hard though. Alright, well, I don't know what I got going on tomorrow. I might make another video then. I plowed with this thing. It plowed pretty good with the dual wheels on the back. I know obviously if you're in the garden you probably don't want dual wheels on the back, but for digging a trench it did pretty good. This thing's a little front end light with that tiller on the back. Hard to turn, but I just got it on there so I don't have the tiller sitting around and I can move it around without picking it up. It's pretty heavy. I had some guy try to, well, he wants to trade me some attachments for that SC12 I got, but he lives pretty far away. I don't know if he'll get down here to get the trade done, but I'd like to get rid of that and get a couple more attachments, some stuff that I don't have. I don't need any mowing decks or anything, but I'd like to get some more attachments and get rid of like 2 tractors. I got some other ones that I moved around today so I could work in here. But, alright, thanks for watching.